Hello, my crafty friends. I just wanted to say hello and wish y'all a nice day. Over the weekend, I was kind of like working on a project, and I've been seeing all these crafters online with their these wedding dresses and ripping apart and buying them and stuff. And I had one. I've got a wedding dress that is to die for. That's my wedding dress, and I am not. No way can I tear that wedding dress apart. It's just too sentimental for me, and I have it displayed in one of my rooms. I will not tear it up. Well, anyway, I bought like found one in eBay, and then I found one somewhere else, and then but they were not really too much of a appliques on them. They were really not, but I loved them. I thought they were really beautiful. And then I finally got one that had lots and lots of appliques. My wedding dress is the wedding dress that really everyone would kill for. It has appliques everywhere, but I spent a whole lot of money for my wedding dress. And, I look at it and I keep saying, yeah, no, yeah, no. Well, I said no. The other weekend, I said no. I'm not going to touch my wedding dress. I never will. But I had one that I found that was similar to that one. Didn't have as many appliques on it, but it is loaded with appliques. The whole top part and the train is all loaded with these appliques. And I fell in love with the dress, and I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't. So one day, Jennings 644, she had some in her website on Etsy, and she was selling some of her appliques. So I bought a small little portion of them. And over the weekend, I was doing some crafting, and I was making some tags. I'm not going to show you my tags just yet because I've still got 3 that I'm still working on, and I made like 10 different tags, and I'm getting ready to finish them off, but I don't want to show them. But I used some wedding appliques on a couple of them, and I just like, oh, I love it. It's beautiful. I can't wait. This is so exciting using the wedding appliques. So for 2 days now, I have gone back and forth into this room, looked at this dress, and said, yeah, no, yeah, no. And, I close the door and say, no, she's too pretty. I can't do it. I just can't tear into this wedding dress. It's just too pretty. How are you girls doing this? I just can't make myself. I mean, this is what I bought the dress for the appliques. But I look at it, and I see the sentimental value of it, and I see how the beauty on it, and it's like all of a sudden I can't do it. So I just a few minutes ago went into that room, grabbed the dress, brought it in here, laid it down, and now I'm staring at it. So I said, okay, the only way I'm going to be able to cut this dress is if maybe I tape myself. And maybe I can, somehow or another force myself to cut into this beautiful wedding dress. Oh boy, I swear. So, okay. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, I'm not sure which one I mean, it's got all kinds of appliques. Very beautiful dress. Got appliques everywhere. That's just the train part right there. But gosh, just tearing into it. Oh, this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be easy. Oh, I don't know how you do. I mean, don't you guys have a guilty conscience when you rip open the wedding dress? I mean, doesn't it give you like the guilt trip? I can't even decide where I want to cut yet. I mean, it's just too beautiful. And I've got a project that I want to do her on, and I just can't seem to get my nerve up to cut this dress. I mean, how okay. 1, 2, 3. Ah, gosh. Oh, Lord. Oh, I can't. Oh, man. I don't know how well, let me see. Could always go back on eBay and try to buy another one. But then I'll be an proud owner of 5 wedding dresses. And will I do the same thing? All right. Keep your fingers crossed, because here I'm getting ready to. There she goes. Ah, I did it. Oh, this is so bad. I feel so guilty. Oh, this poor woman's dress is now just going to be my shredded piece of craft supply. I did it! I cut one! Look, look, look! I did it, I did it. Alright, alright. Oh, that was terrible. Well, I could, I got one applique. And I really didn't mess the back of that. It's not, you don't even notice it's been cut. So maybe I could steal a couple of them and still keep the dress looking like it's a dress. And nobody would even know that I sliced one of those suckers off. What do you think, girls? Oh, here we go. I'm just trying to look to see. Yeah, there's some of them I'll have to cut the silk on. I've heard these are time consuming. And they do look like they are very time consuming. I could see why. There's just so many beautiful spots on this dress. Oh boy. I've got to have this because I have a project I'm working on. I wanted to do a dress form, which I already have my second dress form made. Those paper mache ones that I've been making, and then I spray paint them with like either cream or black. You can spray paint them any color you want to spray paint them. And I found I've got a antique crystal candle holder that didn't have the matching holder, and it had some missing crystals dangling, so I removed the dangling crystals. I can use them as baubles on something. And I have it all ready for me to decorate, but I'm just having a time with this wedding dress. I don't know how you women do it. So here we go. Make up my mind. Find me a hole. Okay, here I go. Here I go. There's another one. I think that's the front of the dress. Okay, here I go. Oh, this is terrible. I feel so mean and cruel. Okay, I just did it. I just cut my second applique without destroying the dress just yet. Alrighty. Maybe I can still display the dress and nobody noticed it has missing appliques. Oh man, I'm crazy. That's 2 of them I cut. They were the pointed edge too. God, they are gorgeous. This one has I don't see yeah, it's got some sequins on it. It's got pearls on some of the appliques, and then it's got sequins on some of them. Let me look around and see what else I can destroy. Oh, look at that. That's the sleeve. If I cut the sleeve, though, that means that dress will have to be chopped into. Completely. Yeah, see, where I cut that applique, you don't even notice it. You don't notice it at all. I could swipe another one. What do you think? Think I can do it? Swipe that one, and it wouldn't get noticed that I swiped it. I really want some of these sleeve ones. Oh, I don't know how you guys are doing this with the wedding dresses. I feel so guilty. Very beautiful. Just the workmanship on these are beautiful. Do you know that most of the wedding dresses that you guys are cutting into, just letting you know, that before, a long time ago, most of your wedding dresses were made, and I don't even know if there's a tag on this one. Yeah, there is. There's a tag on it, but I think it's, yeah, it's no longer has anything on it. The wedding dresses, several years ago, back in the 80s and early 90s, they were all made in America. Every wedding dress was made in America. And the wedding dresses that you ladies, the younger ladies, are wearing today, they're all made in China. Yep, sure are. So when we go to cut these wedding dresses, we're cutting American-made fabric or textile that no longer is being made in the United States. So unless somebody makes their own wedding dress, and you know, some people will do that, make their own wedding dress, but you don't see these types of wedding dresses with the pearls and the sequins. So this wedding dress that I'm cutting into, I've had, like I said, I bought it a while ago. It's pretty much so American made, and it's, you know, one day antique collectors. Wedding dresses, a lot of times you'll find sometimes you'll see this antique wedding dress at an antique store, and you know, nobody got destroyed it or damaged it, and it's on display, and that's what their wedding dresses looked like back in the day. Well, this is what will happen to these wedding dresses one day if they survive it. So you may get lucky and find one or two beautiful wedding dresses 100 years from now or 50 years from now that was made in America. And the new dresses today, every one you're buying, they're all made in China. Yep. So when you go to tear into these, just realize that this is what is going to happen in later years. You won't be able to find a wedding dress made in America. Most of them will all be Chinese made. And don't get me wrong, they're pretty. You know, the dresses that they are coming out with, they are pretty, but they're not handmade like these are. They're machine made. Quality too of the wedding dresses will not be that nice of a quality either. But I did just cut off 2 appliques. Now I gotta get the nerve, because I really do want some wedding applications, and the only way I'm going to be able to get them is if I tear this dress up. And it's hard to do because it's such a beautiful dress. Maybe if I just cut the sleeve off and make it into a sleeveless wedding dress, I could still keep the dress. And just the sleeves got damaged. Oh God, that's funny. That's so funny. I'm debating whether or not to just stop on this right now and see if I can't find another one. But if I find another one in eBay, I'm going to end up doing the same thing. I already know it. It's just, you know, looking at this beautiful dress with satin sequins and the beauty of it is just, I already know. Yep. I decided, it's really funny. I put this dress on my wedding anniversary and displayed it for my husband. And it wasn't my dress, but my dress, I had gained a little weight because I'd been on all these medicines for my back. So I've kind of gotten the bust has gotten a little tight. So I decided to try this one on, and it fit me. So I wore this one on my wedding anniversary. So when he got home, I had myself dressed up so he could see me in a wedding dress again. And it was kind of fun, and I got some pictures of me in the dress. But I'm kind of like next year, I'm hoping, because like I said, I'm on a diet now. I mean, I did get fat or anything, but I did gain some weight. And I think, too, it might be some swelling going on. But anyway, I couldn't quite zip up the zipper of my dress. It was kind of tight in the bust area. So I need to lose about 6 pounds. And then I'll be able to wear it next year. But next year I do want to put it back on. Or at least my 25th wedding anniversary. I wouldn't mind putting it on and wearing it then and have more pictures taken. And it's really funny because the pictures I had taken from the date that I got married until the date that these were taken, I happened to look at myself to see what I looked like back then compared to now. And it was really funny because my wedding pictures, my actual wedding pictures, every single one of them for some reason didn't turn out as good as I wanted them to turn out. And I was like, I was disappointed because all these pictures I had taken and none of them turned out looking nice at all. And so I had some pictures taken of this one. Of course, they're not, professional pictures, but I did have some pictures taken of me wearing this one. And I actually look prettier than I did when I first got married. So I was like, the pictures turned out awesome. And I had a couple 8x10s made and had me in that dress. And I know wasn't my wedding dress, but it was my wedding anniversary, and it was a very special anniversary that I had. So I mean, I got a good husband too. And he went to it, but the only thing he made me mad over the weekend, I got up Saturday morning and got dressed, and I was getting ready to, get dressed with him. But see, I'm a little slow getting dressed now because, my back and everything. So I got up early and I turned on the bathtub water and I was on the computer, and then I decided to get dressed, and I went to go get dressed, and while I was in the bathtub, he takes off and leaves. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying, well, where the heck did he go? I want you to know he went to a darn flea market and then came back and went to a yard sale. And I was like, and you didn't take me to no yard sale? What? I didn't get to go to no yard sale. I was like, oh man, that was mean. That was downright cruel, boy. I tell you what. Well, but he was nice. I can say he was nice. He found me 3 leatherette type suitcase boxes and 1 wooden purse. And I needed for my craft room, I needed some extra boxes because there were a few things that I mean, like I said, I have packed the drawers in my file cabinet full, and I had packed the other file cabinets full. So I wanted to have 1 suitcase for like my some of my trims, 1 suitcase for my stamps, 1 suitcase for something else, and then I have the pocketbook for some of the beads that I had. So I cleaned out some of the my file cabinet and thinned it out where I know where. Now I've got like there's a section for everything. Everything has its own little section. So if I'm looking for something, I know where my lace is at, I know where my trims are at, and I know where my beads, all that stuff, stamps are at, my big shot dies. I've just got everything kind of like organized now where, I know exactly where to go and what to look for when I'm looking for it. But he did think of me, and he bought me the 3 leatherette suitcase boxes, and they're really good size. Very good size. I was really surprised, and he only paid like I think $20 for the purse and the 3 boxes. And I'm in the process this week of finishing up my craft room, so hopefully by next week I'll be able to have a video and show y'all my craft room. It really is nothing to it. It's no ways like, some of you ladies have like the major ultimate craft room. Mine is in my den. We took one of my sofas out of the den, got the recliner. So my husband sits in front of the TV in the recliner when he gets home from work. I have a day bed in the den instead of a sofa because there were many nights that I had a lot of pain, and had to sleep with the light on, and my husband can't sleep with the light on. And I sleep with the TV because the TV somewhat I get bored, and it kind of like relaxes me and puts me to sleep. Plus, I'm a little bit of a night owl. I stay up a little bit later than he does, and I like to be on the computer, and I don't want to wake him up while he's sleeping. So he has our bedroom is right beside the den, and I sleep outside in the den on a day bed a lot. Sometimes I will sleep with him, but a lot of times, because I just can't sleep, I'm more comfortable on this day bed. And we had a sofa, and with a sleeper type sofa, and I actually came out into the den many nights, and I would sleep on top of the cushions, and the cushions got so uncomfortable and so painful that I really wasn't getting sleep. So, then I pulled out the sleeper sofa part, and I figured, okay, well, maybe if I sleep on that mattress, I'll sleep better. And that was uncomfortable too. And I said, poo on this. So I said to my husband one day, I would love to get a wooden daybed that will match our den furniture, and put some fluffy pillows on the daybed, and make it look like a sofa, but it's actually a daybed, and that I can sleep on. I can lay down and watch TV, and it's comfortable for my back. And that's what we have done. So we put a daybed in my den. And that's where, like I said, a lot of nights, if I can't sleep in the bedroom, then I sleep out here. When I had the surgeries, I had to have something. I mean, there was a lot of equipment that we had to use. And me being in the bedroom was just too small. So the daybed came out perfect because my den is right beside the bathroom, and I was able to get back and forth to the bathroom without doing too much walking, which the doctor at that time didn't want me doing too much of it anyway. And it's just like I said, but he went to that yard sale, and he went to that flea market, and I said to myself, you dirty little buzzard, you, because I really wanted to go bad. I mean, I just something about it, but I wasn't allowed to spend any money, so I didn't have my allowance of the $20 that I can allow myself to spend, because I've already spent all the birthday money, so I wasn't really able to buy anything anyway. But he was, so I mean, I could have found maybe $20 more of stuff that he bought. But I better be happy for what he gave me. I think it's really pretty. Let me see if I can, hang on just a minute, just show you. There they are, the suitcases. This is part of my craft room right there. There's the recliner, and this is one of my file cabinets, and the top of it's got beads. And then there's the 3 suitcases with the purse, and then the other box beside it, that's got craft stuff in it. And then the bottom trunk, that's my dad's army trunk. When he passed away, he had it out in a storage shed. And, I mean, he was keeping seed in it, all kinds of stuff in it. It was really actually dirty. I mean, it was really dirty. And I took a water hose to it and sprayed it down. Told my husband to put some wheels on the bottom of it so I could roll it around. And it's got my dad's name on the top and his platoon. He's now passed away. He's no longer living anymore. And that's one reason I couldn't get rid of his trunk. It was something sentimental, because when I grew up in a military family. And I remember this trunk many a times, seeing it in my childhood. And then I didn't see the trunk anymore. And that's where he had stashed his trunk at, was one of them old storage sheds. But I washed it down, and I took a coat of polyurethane to it. And that's now, I store frames, brand new frames that I redo sometimes and sell with prints in them. Every once in a while I'll take some prints and take the prints and put them in frames and give them as gifts, or I'll and they're antique prints. They're these old fashion prints. I've got like tons of antique books that have the those are the leather bound books that have the fashion prints in them. So anyway, he bought me those, and I also, in that trunk, I have my family tree, which is almost like a file cabinet full of history about my family that I started on many years ago. And I ended up with so many pages and photos that I had to store it somewhere. I just couldn't leave it out because it was just so much information. So I've got that in the trunk and all, and I put a coat of polyurethane on the trunk, and that's what I keep in my den. I'm a trunk person. I've got a lot of trunks that I have found at yard sales, and I restored them and redid them, and like the Amish type of painting, and that was really fun. But you have to sit on the ground to do that, and I just never really wanted to get rid of that trunk. It was just too sentimental. And every time I see an antique trunk, my eyes light up for some reason. I guess too, I can store so much stuff in it. So I mean, I collect antique quilts. I've got a bunch of quilts that I have collected over the years, and I've got those stored really nicely in the chest, the old blanket chest. But I made sure that I cleaned out that chest out really good. And when I do put my quilts in, I put them in like plastic garbage bags and tie them up real good, so that protects it from getting air and mold or mildew smells, which my trunks don't have those smells anyway, but just in case they do start to, they will. Okay, I've got to get the nerve to do this. I really do. So here I go. Oh boy. Oh, I just can't do it. How do you make this so easy? Oh boy. All right. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just start on the bottom and work my way up, and then when it's too obvious that it's been dissected, okay, there you go. I just separated it from the back zipper, and gosh, they're just, I love these appliques. They're just so beautiful. But dissecting them is another story. Okay. Alright. I'm going to do it. Well, at least what I'll do is I'll cut this out first like this. And then well, guess what? When I did that messed up the backing. So, I guess now I have no choice but to go ahead and start ripping it apart. Because I did mess up the backing. Unless I get back to up to the shoulder blades, I could do that. There's one right there. It's a pretty applique. Yeah, see now how it got. I just completely messed it up now, because now it's looking off. See, that would have dangled on there. Well, no, not really. I might still be able to, because it's got there and there, and this is actually just a separate one. But it's sewn to the satin. Of course, I can unthread it. Yeah, I didn't think about that, because that's a very large one. It's the shape of a heart, so I can do that. But I'll have to take the thread to undo it. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just rip some of it off as I go. And then when I start tearing into the fabric part, once it starts looking damaged, then I'll have no choice but to cut into it. But I did cut 3 appliques. So maybe tomorrow I'll have better luck and go ahead and whack it all together. It's just too beautiful of a dress. I just don't know how you ladies can do it. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's got some really good. I mean, this one here has appliques all the way down on the train. Not as beautiful as my dress, but it's still a beautiful dress. Okay, well, maybe I should do a sleeve. Maybe if I do the sleeve, that will make me tear it up, and then I have no choice but to tear it up. What do you guys think? Think that's a good idea? Okay, here I go. Yep, I'm getting ready to. Get your nerve up, Linda. You can do it. Gosh, these are just too beautiful to tear up. Maybe I should just go back into eBay and buy some already pre-cut ones. I think Esmeralda, or is it Esmeralda? Or Zinderly or somebody, she's got wedding appliques. Maybe that's what I'll just do. I really just hate to tear this up. It's just too beautiful. It's just got so many beautiful, but I really need it because that's the only way I'm gonna get this project done. I was gonna use white satin and I was gonna make my own little dress form wedding dress, and I got the dress form made. I just need to get the nerve to cut the wedding dress. If I can get the wedding dress cut, then maybe I can get my dress form finished. So I'm going to have no choice but to cut this open. So guess what? Guess what, ladies? Here I go. I'm going to slice the sleeve. I did it. I did it. It's got a hole in it, see? Alright, okay. Okay, this might get fun now. Alright, I just sliced the hole in the dress. Just ripped the sleeve right there. So now she's sleeveless. So that gives me all the more reason to whack her and get the appliques I want. That's a tough thing to do. I mean tearing up this poor wedding gown, all because we want the appliques from it. But I just did it. I'm cutting. Yes, I am. I'm cutting it. There's another one. Okay, I got 4. And I have heard some of you ladies have mentioned these dresses take a lot of time cutting the appliques. I could see why. Yeah, because there's a lot of, look at that. I mean, this, you can, a lot of little separate ones and a lot of, I'm just going to have to let's just go ahead and just cut the sleeve right off. So here I go. Sleeve is now being sliced off wedding dress. And you notice I'm trying to be very nice and neat, so maybe I can still keep the wedding dress. Oh boy. Well, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't look right, then I'll just have no choice but to tear it apart. That's my goal. I finally got the nerve to slice open a wedding dress. It was a pretty dress too. Really was. I mean, my dress is far more beautiful than this one. And like I said, I've got the dress in my bedroom that everyone would die for. But I'm not getting, there's no way I'm going to rip my dress apart. I'd rather rip someone else's. But I've had these on display for a while, because I fell in love with them. And the other two dresses, they just aren't really worth, there's no appliques on them. It looked like they had appliques, and in the listing, the person that listed them didn't say if it was, if it had the appliques or not. It just kept saying embellish this and embellish that. So I was thinking, well, it's, you know, beads and sequins and pearls. Beautiful dresses though. The lace is pretty, but they don't have the sequins and the pearls like this one does. And I've just gotten my nerve up, and now I am now slicing open and cutting and fuzzy cutting the wedding dress. So, my opinion on it, if I can do it, I guess everybody else can. But I just can't do my own wedding dress. So, you know. Now, if I get this one completely dissected and I have a lot of fun with it, then I might just dissect another one. But it won't be mine to dissect. I mean, I'll have to buy somebody else's dress. Hopefully, the person that had this dress ended up with a nasty, bitter divorce battle. So, me dissecting their dress is doing them a favor. So, maybe I can look at it that way. Yeah, I think that's how I look at it. I just did this person a huge, gigantic favor and whacked her dress apart because she had a nasty divorce, and she wanted to throw the dress as far as she could throw it. So there we go. Got that one cut. I just need to cut that little netting there off. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. That's not so bad. It might be kind of fun tonight, sitting here cutting wedding dress stuff. Well, I got a sleeve now. Okay, well, I just want to let you know what my sneaky, mischievous self was doing today. And hope y'all have a nice evening. You know what I'll be doing tonight? I'll be cutting appliques. See you guys later. Bye-bye.